Look at this. You could actually kind of see the curvature of the Earth. Look, you can see the stars. You can actually see the stars. We're approaching outer space. Now, you're probably aware that a War Thunder has a lot of fast planes in it, but just how fast exactly can you go, even with a few cheats to maybe enhance things, because you could just read what the fastest plane in game is just by looking at the stat card. But what happens if you tweak that and amplify the performance to make you go even faster? Today, with the help of some nifty mods, we're going to push War Thunder to the limit. See just how high, just how fast you can actually go within the game's limits. So just brace yourselves, because we have some incredibly speedy planes. And yeah, I'm not sure if it's the fastest one will be the one you're thinking of. So the first plane we're going to try is the F80 Shooting Star. It's a pretty respectable plane when it comes to speed for its tier. At 7.7 it can go about 570-ish miles an hour, which is pretty fast, but how fast can it go when you have this immense speed boost? I don't know what the exact multiplier is, but let's see what happens. So straight away at 0% throttle we are actually moving, which is kind of wild. And when we put it on full power, just look at the acceleration on this thing. This is going to get quite comical. We can already take off. Oh my god, look at this. Look at our acceleration. We've already hit our max speed. Oh, the wings. Look at the wings. We're like a hummingbird. Oh my god. We've gone supersonic in an F80, which is theoretically not possible. But yeah, that's just the kind of speeds you can get up to. What's it like controlling the plane like this at this speed? Oh, yeah, that's some stiff turning there. That is some very stiff turning. Look at the turbulence. Oh dear, this isn't looking too good. So obviously air resistance is thicker at lower altitudes. That's just the way the world works. So how about we put it into a climb and see how fast it can go when the air is a lot thinner. Now this is going to work sort of in both ways, in the sense that yes, the air will be thinner, but a jet engine needs air for it to be powered, so this might not actually work too well. So we'll see. Let's climb to altitude and then I'll get back to you. So at 6,000 meters we're already going Mach 1.13 and climbing, so yes, we can in fact go a whole lot faster when we are a whole lot higher. I mean, look at this. This is unheard of. If you want to compare this to other aircraft in game, this is probably the performance of about a supersonic 10.0 fighter, maybe like the Phantom. That would probably be similar in capability, perhaps. Maybe slightly lower than the Phantom, actually. I'm not sure. If we leveled it off, though, look how quickly we're going. Mach 1.3 already. This is insanely fast. Look at this. We're going about... I don't really know. What planes can go Mach 1.4? Drop it in the comments, because I don't really know off the top of my head. But this is bloody quick. But we're not here to go kind of fast. We're here to go very fast. So how about we step it up a notch? So the next aircraft we're testing is the ME-262, and you might be wondering how this is supposed to be any faster than the F80. It's actually got a lower top speed, but it's actually more about drag rather than just flat out top speed when it comes to this. And this has a rocket booster, which is going to help with acceleration. So we're going to activate that now, and there it is. And look at that, away we go. Holy moly, look at this. This is wild. Okay, I feel like we've already overtaken what the F80 was capable of. Look at this. This is insane. The wheels have only just got up and we're already this fast and this high. Yeah, we're about to overtake the... I can't even keep up. We've overtaken the F80's speed already. Whoa, that's not me doing that. That is not me doing that. Okay. I don't know what's happening there. For reference, we've massively overshot the speed of the Lippish P13 in the other mods video we did. Oh my god, look, it's spinning uncontrollable. That's not me doing anything with the ailerons there. Okay. German space program. You can't even see the rocket fuel anymore. Let's see what happens if I turn it off, actually. Okay, it does actually slow down without the rocket. I want to see what happens if I turn the engines off and then turn the rocket back on. The rocket is actually just flat out powerful enough to propel this thing by itself. We're at 30,000 meters, by the way. Look, you can see the stars in outer space. That's how high we are. So that is about as high as we could go. Look, we went all the way up there, and we've gone supersonic again, which isn't really a... Look how high we are. This is insane. I think we're pretty close to the U-2 spy plane's altitude. I think. Maybe. possibly. But either way, we're going higher and faster than any 262 has ever gone before. The sound has gone all janky because, well, we are beyond the speed of sound. See, look, you can't even hear my guns. And when you can, it's a bit glitchy. So, with that said and done, how about we try and put it to the test and see just how high we can actually go? Because the game has a cutoff point, which is around 30,000 meters at the latest. So we've got to see if we can reach that. I can't even pull up, actually, so that's fun. Oh god. Turning on the booster, I don't know if that was a good or bad idea. I don't know if you have invincibility in this or not. I've got to try and climb. But as it happens, flying a 262, more than 3 times the speed it's meant to fly at. In fact, if we're going by miles an hour, we're about 5 times the speed of an actual 262. Okay, climb. Look at this. We're starting to black out. You can see the stars. We've lost control. Come on, 31,000, 32,000, 33,000, 34,000, 35,000. Nearly 36,000 meters in the ME262. But I'm sure you guys want to see how crazy this thing is to control down at... Whoa, that's not me either. I love how it just spins by itself. Amazingly, nothing's come off yet. I don't know if you have invincibility on this or not. Boosters have been switched on. Awesome. You can't see them, but they are on, I promise. So obviously we're starting to slow down now because the air resistance is just too thick, basically. We have quite a lot of controllability, actually. Booster cannot be switched on. I think it's run out of fuel, actually. Oh my god. Look at this thing. Oh, I should have factored in the fact that I can't pull up. Look at this. Look at this. The wings shaking themselves off. Yes, for those wondering, you cannot do this. Whoa, that's not me. 33 Gs. Jesus. Is that pilot okay? For those that are wondering, you cannot do this in real life. Don't try this at home. It would not end well. Not many... I don't know if any planes could go Mach 3 at treetop altitude. Yeah, there's probably a reason for that, because it's like flying through multiple brick walls in one go. I mean, look at the speed of this. This is ridiculous. Whoa, there's a bit of turbulence, guys. Holy moly. I can't pull up. Ah! Okay, so now we're going to take things even faster. Now, this is by no means the fastest plane in the game, but it might be in this specific test. This is a purely rocket-powered aircraft, so yeah, it's also got swept wings, so it's going to be pretty good with regards to lack of drag. And yeah, because it's rocket-powered, the higher we climb, it's not going to have to rely on a lack of, well, there won't be a lack of air resistance or air flow to worry about, basically. Because when we're up there where the air is clear, there'll be very little air resistance, and it's a rocket. Rockets don't rely on oxygen to burn, basically. They don't really care. That's why you can use them in outer space. So let's see what happens if I just increase the throttle on this little rocket just a little bit. Oh my god. This thing really wants to take off. Well, let's give it what it wants. Whoa. Okay. Up and away. And unsurprisingly, we have already broken the ME262's record. That is full power. That looks like... That doesn't look very comfortable, actually. Look at that. Oh, that is not comfortable looking at all. Let's give it a go and see how high we can get with this little guy. I think first we're going to try and climb as high as possible. Or, sorry, get as much speed as possible earlier on. I can't really... That's my max turning. Whoa, whoa. Minus 17 Gs. Yeah, you'd think you'd lose control after that. Alright, now we have some speed. Let's put it in a climb. But we'll actually start gaining speed the higher we go, even if we're climbing this vertically. Look at this. Look at the speedometer. Mach 4. Yeah, this is, I think we have a winner, guys. I think we have a winner. Look, you can see the stars. You can actually see the stars. We're approaching outer space. 36,000 meters. Yeah, I think this... I think we have a winner. Look at this. You could actually kind of see the curvature of the Earth if you look carefully. Look at that. That is wild. It's the fact that War Thunder even has this modeled in. The game is just that big. So, yeah. Oh, look. We can actually have quite a lot of aileron control, which is quite surprising. Until we lose consciousness, of course. Unsurprisingly, you can't hear the guns. So, unfortunately, the game's limits are kind of restraining us here. First of all, there is a limit on how high you can fly. And second of all, the map. Because, as you can see, we are crossing the map quite high. Well, we're crossing the map quite fast. Look at this. That is, you know the scene at the start of Top Gun Maverick? That's kind of how this is. Yeah, fastest planes in War Thunder. I think we've ticked that box, actually. Oh my god. We're spinning. We're spinning. That's not me doing that. That's... Help. Okay, I feel like as we die, we might start hitting some crazy turbulence. And it looks like that started to happen already. It's alright, we're fine, guys. We're fine. Just a little bit of turbulence. Just a little bit of turbulence. Oh my god. Just a little bit of turbulence. I can't pull up. Ah! Do you reckon this would be slightly uncomfortable in real life? Okay, I think we're good. No. Yes. I think. It's quite hard to tell, to be honest. I don't really have any control over the stick. Look. It's not really responding. I can roll, kind of. But we're also casually flying at Mach 3. That's a hill there. Don't want to crash. Oh, yeah. So it looks like that is the maximum possible speed you can reach, as far as I can tell, in War Thunder with regards to a plane flying. Even if we did have some help from a few mods there. I think it was something like Mach 5 with an altitude of 36,000 meters. I dare you to try and beat that in any way you can. Please comment down below if you have been able to beat that and go even faster. That would be really funny to hear. And of course, I hope you all enjoyed this video. Another mods video. You seem to like those. So, yeah, I'll try and do some more on the channel. So, let me know if you enjoyed it. If you did, hit the like button, comment down below, subscribe for more, check out other videos on the channel. And of course, hit the bell to stay notified about latest videos. And of course, I'll catch you all in the next one.